Hey everyone, Tim here from Timbo's Food Box. Today we're diving into something truly special, a box from Porter Road. I stumbled upon them a little while ago on Facebook and thought, I've got to try this company. So, if you're curious about top-notch sustainable meat delivered right to your door, stick around. Plus, I've got a cool $15 off your first order or 15% off curated boxes. Check out my description down below for these awesome deals. Remember, this review is totally unsponsored. I bought this with my own money, and I'm going to be brutally honest throughout this entire review. Porter Road started with two chefs from Nashville who were tired of subpar meat from supermarkets. They opened their own butcher shop, which led to their own store in 2017, aiming to deliver high-quality, locally sourced meat across the nation. They're big on transparency and ethical practices, something I deeply appreciate. Porter Road offers a variety of meat, which includes beef, pork, chicken, and they even have bundles like subscriptions to keep your fridge stocked with the best meat. So, let's just dive right in. Box looks like the other one I got. Top, we have my order information. There's a bug. That's why they gave me that paperwork. On top, we have a nice foam cooler. Now I see some ice packs. 2 ice packs. They're still completely frozen, which is good to see, considering it took 2 days to get here. So they sit on a refrigerator truck? Like, how are they still frozen? It's not that cold outside. Whoa, look at this big boy. Half a brisket. Perfect for my solo cooking session. This is huge. I mean, what's a full brisket look like? This is just a half. Dry aged half brisket. Beef, pastured raised with no added hormones or antibiotics. And it's hard as a rock. Next up, I got another smoker. I have the Volcano beef shank. A challenging cut, but I'm ready to tackle it again with my new Traeger smoker. Love it. And then, something I've been waiting for a very long time. I got my ground beef versus bacon. Last time, these made some killer burgers, and I can't wait to see how these smoke up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, we have 2 more ice packs. Nothing else in that box. Before we fire up the grill, there's a hot tip. Want to save on your next meat purchase? Well, head over to my website at timbosfoodbox.com and sign up for the cheat codes emails. It's your ticket to exclusive discounts, and hey, you can always unsubscribe from this email program if you change your mind. So, let's step outside and start this amazing smoking session. It's the day before the 4th of July, and I'm gonna make up some brisket so I can share it with my family because, heck, I can't eat all of this. So this here is a Porter Road dry-aged half brisket. Pasture-raised, no added hormones or antibiotics. But it's dry-aged, so it must be good, right? I've never cooked a brisket in my entire life. This is going to be a long shot attempt, and I'm going to be cooking it on my Traeger grill with some hickory pellets. Right now, I'm going to take it out of its bag, and I'm going to pre-season it before I put it on my smoker for 8 hours. I'm going to season it with hardcore carnivore, a little bit of black pepper, finish off with some Redmond's real salt. Voila, we're done. All right, let's go check out the smoker. I want to set my temperature to 225. And then once it hits 225, we will then put the brisket on for 8 hours. All right, so I have a little predicament. Do I put the brisket directly on the grates? Or do I use a tinfoil pan? Some say that if you put it on the grates, you'll get a really good bark because you got airflow going all the way around. But then you get quite a mess. If I go with this approach, I don't get much of a mess, and I get bark maybe on one side because the other side is touching the pan. I'm just gonna put it directly on the grates. So now we're gonna let this cook for about 6 to 8 hours. I'm looking for a temperature about 160 degrees internally before taking it out, wrapping it, and putting it back on. All right, so it's been about 6 hours now. Let's see what it looks like. If it's any good, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up to finish this cook up. That looks pretty darn good. That looks really, really juicy. Let's go ahead and start wrapping this up because I am hungry and I still have a few more hours before I can even dig into this. So let's get to it. Guess what time it is? 8 o'clock p.m. I started this cook at like 9 o'clock in the morning or 9:30, somewhere around there. It's that time to open up this cooler and check out what's been resting the past 2 hours. I might need a cutting board and a knife. I hope it's really, really messy. Now I know I did a good job for my very first brisket. Let's open this up. Wow, this is really hot to the touch. Oh, whoa, whoa. It is juicy. I just spilled juice everywhere. And that's why you put it in the cooler. This was a half a brisket. Paper towels. I'm now considered prepared. The fact that this has been sitting in my cooler for 2 hours and it's still really hot to the touch, that's crazy. One other thing, let me get some gloves. Both of the dogs are just sitting here. Let's open this up and hopefully not make a huge mess. If I'm being honest, I really wanted to try the saran wrap. I super wrapped this because it was really awkward to wrap. Tinfoil's off. Let's continue onwards from the butcher paper. Wow, that is a juicy, people. So maybe I overwrapped it because looking at it here, it looks like I lost the bark. There was some really nice bark. There's a little bit right there. The backside, yeah, it's good, but that is juicy. So they said not to do this, but to cut it in the middle. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, that is butter. And this is a cruising art knife. It's not like some fancy knife. You ready? Should I do the squeeze test? You ready? Oh. I did it! I did it! Look at that smoke ring. That is juicy. My favorite part, the taste test. Keep in mind, I cooked this on my Traeger. Look at that. That is so good looking. Let's do the pull apart test. Look at that, it just pulls apart. Pulls apart. Oh, yes. I could use maybe a little bit of salt. Wow. Porter Road. This is amazing. Wow, that is tender. If you want to save some money off your first order, if you're looking to buy a brisket from Porter Road, check out my description down below. I can save you some money. And no, Porter Road didn't send me this. I purchased it myself. I've never had brisket this good before. Just Meats, this brisket's giving you a run for your money. Let's give the fellows underneath the table a little taste. Coda, sit. Whew, that went down fast. Moose, you like it? They're like, that's it? That's all I get? Yeah, guys. What I haven't figured out yet is, how do I reheat this? Going over to my parents' house, they don't have a smoker. I cooked it with hickory smoke. taste of hickory, that's for sure. If you have a pellet smoker and you want the same wood chips I got, I'll also put them in my description down below. I made my first brisket on my Traeger grill. Purchased it from Porter Road, just cut into it. It was juicy as all heck, and it tastes amazing. Melts in my mouth. I am totally going to have to buy this again. Let me tell you how I did it. I preheated my Traeger to 225 degrees, and I let this bad boy sit on the grates for 6 hours. It went a little past 6 hours because I was waiting for it to hit 160 degrees internally. Once it did that, I wrapped it in butcher paper. And I put it back on for another 2.5, 3 hours until it reached temperature 205. Took it off, didn't even take the paper off. I wrapped tin foil over it, and then I stuck it in my cooler. I put a blanket on the bottom, and I put a blanket on the top. And I did check on the cooler twice, and the 2 times I opened it, it felt like a damn oven. So the cooler method works like a charm. So this was sitting around 2.5, 3 hours. You can let it sit for up to 4 hours to make it even better. But honestly, I think 2 hours, maybe 3 hours was plenty. So yeah, I am thrilled. This is amazing. I just want to keep eating it. So if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. This was a completely different video than I usually do. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, when comparing this to other companies, while Porter Road is awesome, how does it stack up against others? Well, unlike Tender Cuts and Dublin Meat Company, Porter Road nails the artisan approach with hand-cut, dry-age process. They also outshine Crowd Cow and Butcher Box by focusing on small farm-sourced meats, adding that personal touch. Even against high-end competitors like Snake River Farms and Omaha Steaks, Porter Road holds its ground with sustainability practices and exceptional quality. Don't forget to check out my description down below for some exclusive deals to help you save on your first order of Porter Road. My final thoughts and recommendations. Would I recommend Porter Road? Absolutely. The quality, taste, and ethical standards are top-notch, making it a must-try for any meat lover. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting out, you'll notice the difference with every bite. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and ring that bell for more delicious content. Be sure to check out my website, timbosfoodbox.com, for more reviews and awesome deals. Up next, let's explore this amazing grass-fed food box. Keep watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, everyone.